Let's add some beautiful blocks to our bond. Hello everyone, this is Ali Raza. Welcome to the Mentor Code Lab. Today, we will add our first blocks into our mod. You may notice that under textures block, I have tons of textures. Right now, I'm gonna add block citrine, Enderite, ruby, and sapphire, and nothing more than that. The others are most of the time machines and ore, and we'll talk about them later. Ores will register in your mod blocks just like any other block, and I will do it between episodes because I don't want to make a video that has, I don't know, 20, 25 blocks being added. Same thing happened for items. If you look, I had added tons of items right now into the game, but all of them basically is just this line being copy pasted and the names are being changed. So why should I do it in front of camera? To add our very first block, we say public static final, and we ask for block from net Minecraft, and we call it citrine equals to register block. Any block has two different things in registry. One is the block itself that you put inside the word. The other one is an item associated with the block. By calling this register block method, we already are registering the block item right at the start. Calling one method, we are registering both of them at the same time. The very first param is the name of the block, so block underline citrine. And then we want a block. So we say new block. And here we want to give it a settings. Now, of course, we can say new fabric block setting. However, we can say fabric block settings dot copy of. And this way, I can choose a block that is inside vanilla. So I use blocks dot, for example, amethyst block. If we look at amethyst block, so I move my mouse on top of it, middle mouse click, this is the amethyst block, okay? And if you look, amethyst block has some settings for itself. For example, map color, strength, sound, and requires tools. So I could just do these myself. However, by copying it from amethyst block, we are just copying the strength, the sound, and the requires tools without the need to add them ourselves here. So basically, this line of code, this part of the code, is saying that, hey, go and get every property that we have on amethyst block, copy them, assign them to this new block, and then register this new block as the citrine block. Okay, that's our block. If you remember for items, we had to register the item, put a translation in entries, and then register the model, add them to item groups. We have to do these three steps for every block. But at the same time, we have to do two extra steps for any block. So let's start with the translation. Now, instead of item, it will be block dot your mod ID dot the name you gave it, citrine, colon, and the name you want to show. So it's citrine block. Okay, that's the translation. For models for the blocks are a little bit different compared to items. Blocks have 6 different sides. If you have one single texture, for example, in the case of citrine, we have this single texture, and we want to show it on all sides. So we say block state model generator dot register simple cube all. Now this means that, hey, I have a block that has a single texture on every side of it. So we say mod blocks dot citrine. And just by doing this, we added citrine to the data gen to generate our JSON for a cube all type of block. However, if you take a look, the block state model generator have tons of different registers. For example, north default horizontal rotated is being used for models that you may export from a third-party application and import as JSON, for example, Blockbench, and then you want to put them with rotation on horizontal axis to face you, okay, like a furnace. But for furnace especially, we have register cooker. So, for example, you can register a campfire, a candle, a crop, and many different things. So take a look at these, and you would be surprised how easy it is to make different types of blocks. We will take a look at a few of them later. So right now, we added the model. Now, loot table. What is a loot table for a block? Whenever you break a block, for example, with a pickaxe, it drops itself, isn't it? Or sometimes it drops something else. For example, you break glowstone in Nether and it drops glowstone dust. In Loot Table Provider, you tell Minecraft what type of thing will drop when you break this block. So we say add drop and we say mod blocks dot citrine. This means that, hey, I want to drop the citrine block whenever I'm breaking it. The other one, mod tag provider. Now we didn't set it for the items because items, for time being, we didn't have an item that uses tags. We will use something later. But here we have to assign blocks to different tags. For example, citrine should be mineable with pickaxe. So here we say dot add mod blocks dot citrine. And just by doing that, we say that, hey, you should be able to break citrine with pickaxe. Then, does it need a stone tool or iron or diamond or not? If we don't assign it to any one of these, it will be breakable with wooden tools. However, I want my gems to be breakable at least by the stone tools. So I will add citrine to the needs a stone tool here, and that's it. Or you know what? Maybe I will go and become a little bit sadistic and add it to the iron tools. So you shouldn't be able to break gem blocks using stone. So you need iron tool. And why did I say I became sadistic here? You will notice and learn when you see that in future, things will become interesting. Okay, so the next one, this is tag keys of level 4. That's netherite node. It's not logs. It's not ores. So that's our tags. Finally, we have to add it to an item group. And here I added a group, and later I will change the icon. But for time being, using citrine is all we have. And here we just say entries dot add mod blocks dot citrine. And by doing that, I added another item group that has citrine in it. So right now I have 3 different creative tabs, one for ingredients, one for machines, one for tools, one for blocks. Now we need to run the data gen, but before I do the data gen, because honestly, when you are modeling, you won't add one item, do the data gen, then add another, then do the data gen. We will go and add the other 2 or 3 blocks. So we have Enderite, and let me copy it, it's easier, Ruby and Sapphire. So just change the names, Enderite, Ruby, Sapphire. And I told you, whenever you do the copy paste, be careful. So Enderite, Ruby, and Sapphire. However, in the case of Enderite, I don't want it to be amethyst because it's not a gem. I will do iron block. Okay, so that's the only difference there. We come here and we say comma 1, 2, 3. This will be Enderite, Ruby, Sapphire, Enderite, Ruby, Sapphire. The model provider 1, 2, 3, just hitting Control D for duplication. This is Enderite, this is Ruby, this is Sapphire. Now you see how easy it is to add these 3? If I was using JSON, I had to type the Enderite, the Ruby, the Sapphire, and make sure that I didn't have typos there. Okay, for loot table, again, same deal. This is Enderite. I just hit R and choose Ruby, S, choose Sapphire, and that's it. Mod tags, and again, 3 times. And remember to just remove the semicolon. So this is Enderite, Ruby, Sapphire. Enderite, Ruby, Sapphire. And that is exactly how I added tons and tons of items. So I just duplicate and change the names, Enderite, Ruby, Sapphire. Now, I'm telling you, we are done. You just need to generate the data and take a look in the game. Okay, take a look at the stats that it's showing. It says we have 195 JSONs. 179 of them were old, and we had created 18 JSON files for you. I'm telling you, these JSON files are not crazy. Let's wait and see when we are going for stairs, for trapdoors, for blocks like that, pressure plates, slabs and half slabs, and that is when you will see a really complex JSON, and you would be really happy that you are using DataGen right from the start. Okay, now time to test everything, and I really recommend that whenever you finish adding a batch of items or blocks or whatever, run the game once, because every now and then you may forgot something here, or you may have a typo here and there, and it's easier to debug these in patches instead of, having these many items and then coming back up and say, hey, I forgot something critical here. And that would be ugly. So Minecraft is coming up, going into the game, and let's take a look. And yeah, you notice that I'm generating a new world. That's not a big deal. Back to game, the second tab, and you see that, well, for tools and ingredients, I'm using the same icons. I will change them, but here is the block, and you see 4 different blocks. We have them, and of course, let me increase the sound. So when I'm putting them on the floor, listen to the sound. And as you see, my mouse is inverted. It sounds exactly like amethyst. I'm not sure if it was in the video or not, but it's exactly sounds like amethyst, So mission accomplished. However, this one sounds like iron block. And again, sounds like amethyst. And finally, sapphire sounds like amethyst. The translations are okay. The only thing is that I have range for ingredients. I have to change it. And yes, now you can see how many items I had added for time being between the episodes. Yeah, tons and tons. However, all of them are simple items. I think I will go with Ruby Gem for ingredients. So that's it. Basically, now that I stopped the video, the game, I will immediately fix this ingredient, and that will be mod items gem Ruby. And that's the only thing that I needed to change. And we have blocks. Now, between 2 episodes, I will go and add more blocks. Which one I should do? Well, I will keep smeltery. I will not add that. Castress, I will not add that. Gem cleaner, I can't add that. Generator, I can't. But all these ore are just simple blocks, okay? And all of them are cube all. So I will add these. But the rest, as you see, we have on, we have top, we have side. We will come back to these and take a look at them later and see how we can make the models for them. Our job is not done yet because we have to attack the recipe provider, and we never had a recipe right now. But between the episodes, I will add these ores, and that's it. If you like these videos, please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and turn on that bell so that when I publish a new video, you will get informed. Have fun, everyone. Bye.